starting now, starting with the power of the Holy Spirit. Let's bow our heads. Now, I know this has been a painful message for many of you. I want you to know that no matter what you have gone through, whether you have been abused or the abuser, whether you have been the victim or the victimizer, that there is a way out. And I want you to know that God cares about you, that Saddleback Church cares about you, and that I care about you. And you don't have to stay in the pain on either side any longer. There is healing available for both victims and abusers. And it starts by accepting his salvation right now. I'm going to pray a prayer, and I invite you to pray this in your heart. Dear Jesus Christ, I need salvation in so many ways. I am a sinner, and I need to be saved. I need your help. I need to be healed from my hurts. I need to be freed from my past. I need to have the power to develop new patterns. I need a new mind, a new heart, a new outlook. I need a new me. So Jesus Christ, today I ask you to come into my heart in every area of my life, even the secret places, and start doing your work. Shine the light. I want the truth to set me free. And I want to trust you. Thank you for dying on the cross for me. If you just prayed that prayer, I believe God heard you. And with our heads still bowed, why don't you thank God for hearing you? Say, Jesus Christ, thank you for hearing my prayer. Thank you for saving me. Now help me to take the tough steps to grow in love and to become the man or the woman you want me to be. I want the pain of the past to flood away, and I want the light to be noonday. Father, I want to thank you for every person who's listening here and all of our campuses, listening online, listening here at Lake Forest and all of our venues. And I pray a blessing. I pray a blessing of courage that this week, that many will say, I'm not keeping it a secret anymore. That we're going to name the abuse. We're not going to minimize it. We're not going to rationalize it. If we need to get to a safe place for a while, then so be it. Help us to get the courage to deal with other people who can help us make a plan to grow to health and healing. Save my life, save my relationships. Let the healing process begin. And God, I'm going to let you settle the score. In your name I pray. Amen.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up, Grants Bahama residents preparing for the opening of Parliament. Also, customers of RBC up in arms. And a young man killed in a traffic accident overnight. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Jamila Missick. Thank you so much for tuning in. The House of Assembly to resume this coming Wednesday. The official opening of Parliament is usually a time of great ceremonial splendor. Historically, the ceremony is held in Rawson and Parliament Squares, but this year's opening will be held indoors. Nonetheless, officials say it will allow for the execution of the event in a manner that is representative of the traditional opening of the House of Assembly. shortly. Tonight, we talk with one of the leaders of the Grants Bahama contingent who is looking forward to the historic event. The opening of Parliament will take place on Wednesday, October 6, 2021, beginning 9 a.m. in the nation's capital. PLP campaign coordinator for Grants Bahama and Bimini, Dr. Keith Russell, says it is expected to be an exciting time.
It's a wonderful experience. It's a lot of pomp and pageantry. We are particularly excited because of this New Day government and what we expect them to do based on their way forward and the economic plan. I think we're going to see a wonderful Bahamas. The Bahamas are brought back to a place where it can move forward to be a great nation. And that's the beginning, the opening of Bahamas beginning, with all of the persons who have been now appointed both to the Senate and to the Cabinet. We look forward to a bright, beautiful New Day.
Now, while historically the opening of Parliament is held in Rawson and Parliament Squares, this year's opening will be held at Bahama Resort, based on the recommendations by the government's steering committee for the opening of Parliament. According to a press release, the decision to relocate the event indoors is due to threat of adverse weather following consultation with the Bahamas Department of Meteorology, active demolition of the Churchill building, and space or seating limitations in the square due to social distancing protocols.
I think that in Bahama, it's going to be a kind of better environment. It's not as traditional as the square, but because of inclement weather, they've moved to Bahama. I think it's going to be able to hold more people, there's more excitement. I think that the persons who were probably left out of the whole experience but now have an opportunity to be there, particularly common individuals. And I think it's going to be an exciting time. I think perhaps going forward, we should move it into an auditorium where one can participate.
Russell notes that the opening of Parliament is very significant for Grants Bahama.
Bahama has now 2 senators and 2 members of parliament, and they're still appointing individuals. So Grants Bahama has a bright future. I think that both Ginger Moxie and Obi Yosum is going to do a wonderful job in regards to moving Bahama forward. We look forward to exciting things, and we are anticipating great things from them.
Now, the release notes that all Bahamians are invited to follow the proceedings on television, radio, or by live stream and hear firsthand the legislative priorities of the Davis-led administration. A decision by the Royal Bank of Canada is not sitting well with customers on Grants Bahama. RBC recently removed the $20 bill from its automated teller machine. Bank officials say it is part and parcel of its digital transformation strategy. But as Ramiko Knowles tells us, customers are banking on a change.
Customers of Royal Bank of Canada are up in arms over the bank's decision to discontinue the issuance of $20 notes. Now, here at the local branch, not only are they outraged, but many of them say they were completely unaware.
Trying to tell me the smallest I can get now maybe it's a $50? How do you feel about it? I don't feel good about that.
This RBC customer says given restrictions the bank currently has in place, the halt on $20 bills is just not right.
You can't go in the bank for nothing less than $1,000, and now you can't get $20 maybe to buy lunch or gas for the week. You know, that's not right.
Pastor Audley Swain found out while making a withdrawal.
I noticed that it wasn't giving out $20. In fact, it was offering me very large bills, which to my surprise, I think it should be $20 and above, no less than that.
Now, according to bank executives, RBC's decision to discontinue the issuance of $20 bills from their ATMs is a part of their digital transformation strategy. And before making this business decision, they examined the usage of the ATMs and discovered a low percentage of clients withdrawing $20 bills. While RBC customer Clinton Knowles says it makes no sense.
Because if I only need $20, why should I be forced to take out $50? Because once I take out that $50, there's a very good chance that I'm going to use the $20 that I need, and then the other $30 that could have still been in the bank probably will also be used.
Additionally, customers say they should be able to withdraw less than $20 from the ATM, not be forced to withdraw more.
I think we should have access to not just 20s, but also 10s, not just big bills like 50 and 100, because nobody actually needs to use those type of bills on a regular basis.
They should go down to $10 withdrawal.
not take away the $20 withdrawal, because people don't always have, some people just want to get $20 to put gas in car. Why should I have to be limited to $50, $100? I may not even have $50 on my account. I think that's poor.
It's my money. I should be able to say how much I want. You see what I'm saying? So I think they need to fix it, because if they're supposed to be servicing the people, to stay in good service, bro.
Now, the ATM machines will only be issuing $50 to $100 bills. This man says for him, it's not a problem, and he will adjust.
Before, when you go there for, let's say, $500, you can imagine $500 in 20s, because at one point in time, that's what was happening. But the only thing is now, you break a 50 and it's gone. You break 100 and it's gone. Causes you to spend more money than you really want to.
But others are appealing to the Canadian bank to revert.
You just work hard for your money, but the banks don't give you nothing for free.
We don't have no charge collection anymore then, because they're only giving out big bill.
Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
A young man is dead following a traffic accident on the Warren J. Lavardi Highway last night. Initial reports revealed that the driver of a 2011 GMC Sierra truck was traveling east on the Warren J. Lavardi Highway near Bahama Rock at a high rate of speed when the driver lost control and overturned into some bushes some distance on the northern side of the highway. As a result, the driver was ejected some distance away from the vehicle and received serious injuries. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Reports say the victim is a 31-year-old resident of Hunters. Meanwhile, one suspect is in custody and the hunt is on for a second who reportedly robbed a convenience store early Sunday morning. Police reports say that shortly after 8 a.m., two males wearing masks and armed with handguns entered the establishment on West Atlantic Drive and demanded cash. The suspects were able to get away with an undetermined amount of cash and fled in a westerly direction. Police conducted a search of the area and arrested an adult suspect. The second male remains at large. And a teenage girl remains missing on Grand Bahama. Police say 15-year-old Mariah Culmer of Malibu Reef was last seen on September 1st. She is of brown complexion, slim build, and brown eyes. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing a red shirt and short blue pants. If you know the whereabouts of 15-year-old Mariah Culmer, you are asked to contact police at 350-3109-911 or the nearest police station. Meantime, the Criminal Investigation Department is searching for 26-year-old Gabriel St. Michael Frith of number 10B Gladstone Terrace. Frith, wanted for armed robbery, is described as 6 feet 4 inches tall, 195 pounds, dark brown complexion, slim build with dark brown eyes, and plaits in his hair. If you have any information on Gabriel St. Michael Frith, wanted for armed robbery, you are asked to contact police at 350-3109 or 350-3106 or call your nearest police station. And an Abaco man was arrested over the weekend for possession of an unlicensed firearm. Police say around midnight on Saturday, officers, while conducting mobile patrol in Cedar Harbor, North Abaco, observed a silver Honda Stream vehicle being driven in a reckless manner. Police say attempts were made to stop the vehicle, but the driver took off at a high rate of speed. The vehicle then veered into bushes and continued at a high rate of speed to evade police. Police say the driver was observed throwing a dark object out of the vehicle that turned out to be a silver and black Kel-Tec 9mm pistol. The adult male driver was arrested and is assisting with the investigation. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us.
Now. For your large and small generators, propane and butane stoves, LED flashlights, fuel canisters, coolers, batteries, gas and electric chainsaws, cooking supplies, tarps, matches, duct tape, and more.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay. BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment. Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay. Visit a BTC BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new, fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Transparency, honesty,
and accountability are what you deserve.
You deserve a smarter grid.
With meters that show you where your energy is going.
A modernized grid that share all the data and allow us to proactively address the issues. A resilient grid
that notifies us the instant your service is disrupted.
You deserve the highest standard of service.
With a smarter grid and modern infrastructure.
This is why advanced metering infrastructure
is here.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only two types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course, damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
We do it better. We do it better.
Home Design Center is your one-stop shop for all your home and office needs. Whether you're just completing your new home, redecorating your office, or remodeling moms and dads, our chic interior designers are able to cater to any look and need. Located at the Gold Rock Complex, Freeport, visit our 20,000 square foot showroom and find exactly what you've been looking for. Call us today at 351-6561 and speak with one of our furniture experts. Home Design Center. Make your house a home.
That's what I told her. Bring the winding thing here. This is Rick and Script, so hey, wind and go down low.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A nonprofit organization based on the premise of exploring and promoting best business practices is giving working professionals an opportunity to hone their skills through the Bahamas Professional Management Association. It is the first certified managers association in the Bahamas, and members say they are hoping that Bahamians will take advantage of all they have to offer by joining. Romiko Knowles has more.
The Bahamas Professional Managers Association is comprised of certified professional managers who attained their certifications from the University of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Institute of Certified Professional Management Association. President Dominic Roach says there is a service crisis in the Bahamas, and he believes that the BPMA will be beneficial for entrepreneurs and persons working in various business sectors.
Service starts with oneself. We develop ourselves, and hence we can provide and add value to our companies that we work for, and also our businesses, and by extension to our customers within the community, enhancing the service level and also the development of the leadership of individuals in our country. So that's basically in a nutshell what the BPMA was comprised for. So we decided, you know what, we're not just going to get our certification and move forward. we want to empower everybody else.
Vice President Rojadell Garland says in today's work environment, employees are elevated to management without being given the proper tools or resources needed to carry out their tasks effectively. He says the BPMA is designed to help those persons be better equipped.
Inside the BPMA, we're promoting leadership and recognizing CMs so they'll be able now to be the best they are inside their work environment, thereby offering leadership, mentoring inside the business sector, and also a lot of workshops to help them to be able to be more adaptable to different changes, different circumstances in the work environment, and also the mentoring aspect and networking with collective persons in the BPMA is one of our chapters.
A certified professional manager and a new member of the BPMA, Charnissa Nesbitt, shares why she decided to join.
We all happen to be certified managers, and the association offered the support and learning resources via the National Management Association, also referred to as the NMA, that will assist me in enhancing my skill set and also improving my leadership competencies. In addition, the BPMA also offers active participation with other group members. As managers, we often come across situations on a daily basis, so we can discuss it amongst ourselves and in order to us respond to the situation appropriately.
Director of Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning at the University of the Bahamas North, Latira Munnings, says she's proud to know that the BPMA was formed by those who took part in the Certified Professional Management course at UB North.
The university is happy to say that this is an international program, so it's not only recognized here in the Bahamas, it's far-reaching as Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Africa, Malaysia, Asia, China, Canada, the United States. So those persons that have been a part of this certified manager program have brothers and sisters in the U.S. and all over the world that they actually are able to network with.
And if you are interested in joining the Bahamas Professional Management Association, you can email them at empowerment.bpma@gmail.com. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
The Logos Hope Ship and the YMCA Freeport teaming up this past Saturday to provide free eye testing for scores of Grand Bahama residents. This free service will come to an end next Saturday. Let's go once again to Ramiko Knowles.
The YMCA is so very pleased to have partnered.
Director of the YMCA, Karen Pinder Johnson, says they are pleased to have joined with both organizations to conduct the free eye testing. She says it is a much-needed initiative, and that is what the YMCA is all about, offering help where it is needed most.
I came in, I was actually the first customer. I came in, I sat down, I had my eyes tested. I have 20/20 visions from the distance, so I can pick you out in the dark. But however, I'm unable to read anything up close. I'm now a more mature woman, and as a result of that, I needed my glasses. So there you go, Ramiko. I can now see you, all of you, very close.
Logos Hope volunteer Natalie Stone and ophthalmologist Mark Lopez say with knowledge of the limited amount of optometrists in Grand Bahama, they are happy to help.
It's wonderful. The people of the Bahamas have been very welcoming to us and super kind, and it's obviously a beautiful country, so we've had a wonderful, wonderful time here. We're administering vision tests for people that need reading glasses and also long-distance glasses, and then also handing out glasses to them. So people that need either one, we're giving those to them today.
Knowing that getting glasses here in Freeport is quite difficult and expensive, I'm glad that they are here to, help out and give better vision to the people here in Freeport.
Now the YMCA will host the final eye testing clinic on Saturday, August 9th at 10:30 a.m. To register, you can visit www.ymcabahamas.org and book an available appointment. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Awesome initiative. Now here's a check on your Monday evening sports with Jay Philippe.
Week 4 of the 2021 NFL season, Michael Strawn and his Indianapolis Colts taking on the Miami Dolphins. It was a good game. Let's take a look.
Let's go Colts!
Family, friends, and supporters travel to Miami just to watch Michael Strawn in action.
The Bahamas over the Dolphins anytime.
So we came all the way from the Bahamas to support Mike Strawn. No Bahamas in the building. But it's also a good trip too. My wife's a Dolphin fan, I'm a Colts fan. So we watched Mike Strawn beat up on them today, all right?
We are playing the Colts.
My heart is in my throat. I feel breathless.
I think we're going to pull it out, though, you know.
We're going to pull it out. We're going to do well.
Yes, yes.
Carson is doing a great job.
It'll just be icing on the cake after a victory today that we could go home and say Michael also had a pass that he caught today.
Once the game got started, Strawn's Colts took an early lead at halftime 7-3, and that's when we caught up with the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg.
We got to have more than 50 to 100 Bahamians here presently to watch him play, whether they're Dolphin fans or Colts fans, but all are here supporting him, the flags you can see around the field, and the mere fact that he's been on the court a few times and had a chance to get an opportunity to catch the ball, but they didn't go to him. But I'm anticipating, like I said, is that we got 13 minutes left in this game. I tell you, by the 5-minute time in this game, I think they're going to give him the ball and we're going to score another touchdown.
The 6'5" rookie wide receiver was limited to just 3 snaps on offense, but that was enough as the Colts got their first win of the season over the Dolphins 27-17. Once the game was done, Michael Strawn shared a moment with his family, who was seated right behind the Colts bench area. It was Strawn's home away from home game, where support from family and friends was overwhelming. Up next, the Colts will take on the Baltimore Ravens. The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, making his first official trip to Grand Bahama since his appointment. Boleg, along with officials, met with staff members on the island to hear their concerns. He says his plans are to make the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture the #1 ministry in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
When I say that, I believe that youth, sports and culture, we talk about the youth are our future. We talk about the impact sports brings to a country. And so I believe that more focus need to be on this ministry as it relates to the impact we got on this country. And so looking at presently, looking at my staff situation, them not even having a place to be since Hurricane Dorian is just ridiculous. And so the first thing I want to do is see how best we can put them in some housing. Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture in Grand Bahama should have their own building.
He says they are looking to improve the standard of Grand Bahama sporting facilities.
Grand Bahama should be a hub where we want to have major high-class facilities that will bring tourist attraction here for the sporting world here in Grand Bahama. And that is why I wanted to meet here with the Minister of Grand Bahama, Minister Moxie, to ensure that we partnership together and get some PPPs going and make Grand Bahama vibrant again, this economy, through sports and through the youth and even through culture. And so that's the reason I'm here on Grand Bahama Island. It's a sleeping giant. We need to wake Grand Bahama economy back up.
And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Elevate your fiber home internet and unlock an unlimited mobile experience.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear hard hats, steel-toe boots, and climbing belts. They don't prowl the streets at night looking for the bad boys. They're the good guys, saving us during our darkest hours, putting their lives on the line every day to make ours brighter. They're the ones you call because you know they'll be there every time. It's not easy being a hero. Sometimes they're painted as the villain. But if there's one thing all heroes have in common, is that they don't give up. They're always fair, focused on helping those in need. Because for those heroes, it's more than a job, it's a duty. Some people try to be heroes, others just are. At Grand Bahama Power Company, we are proud to know a few heroes, always there for you.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU. Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rates, no delays. Best rates, no delays.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Are you tired, overweight, having trouble sticking to your health and fitness goals? Well, look no further. The Fitness Connection has teamed up with ZNS to bring you Health Bites. This and every Thursday, tune in, and we'll make sure you get on track and stay on track with your health and fitness goals. Tune in.
The Ministry of Health is working to ensure the safety of the Bahamian people. Help us minimize the risk that coronavirus poses to citizens, residents, and visitors by following these 5 easy steps. Step 1. Wet your hands with clean water, apply soap and lather for 20 seconds by rubbing them together. Include the top of your hands between your fingers and under your fingernails. Rinse your hands under clean water, then dry them with a paper towel or air dry them. Remember to wash your hands before and after eating, preparing a meal, changing a diaper, or caring for the sick, and always after using the bathroom, touching money, shaking hands, or taking out the trash. Step 2. Cough and sneeze in your elbow or upper sleeve, not in your hands, not in the air. Or you can cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Put your used tissue in the trash bin when you're finished. Remember to wash your hands with soap and clean water after you cough or sneeze. Also, remember never to spit on the ground, roads, or in open spaces. Step 3. Ensure that raw meat is properly handled and cooked thoroughly. Step 4. Avoid sharing drinking glasses, eating utensils like spoons and forks, or sharing personal items such as toothbrushes and towels. Germs can live on surfaces we touch, so wipe and disinfect surfaces where germs can live, and keep your surroundings clean. Step 5. Avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness, such as coughing or sneezing. Should you or anyone you know feel that you have been exposed to the coronavirus, contact the surveillance unit of the Ministry of Health immediately. To reach us, call 502-4776, 502-4790, or 502-4737. We want Bahamians and those that live with and visit us to remain safe from the coronavirus. To do this, we need the help of each and every one of you to follow the simple steps we have shared. Let's stay safe, Bahamas.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Our Facebook friend of the day is Jerliza Williams Stubbs. We thank you so much for your support. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Jamila Mizik. Thank you so much for joining us. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
What I love most about working for the Bahamas Tonight is that we don't only focus on New Providence. We cover the entire Bahamas. We have a team here in the Northern Bahamas that is ready to bring you the stories, the people, and the news that matter to you. From point A to Z, from covering hurricanes to elections and everything in between.
Playing in the water can be loads of fun, but it can also be quite dangerous if all caution is thrown to the wind. Being alert and keeping an eye on young children and adolescents should always be priority. Here's how you can do it. Unfortunately, a lifeguard won't be at every beach and pool, so picking out someone to be the designated pool or beach watcher, especially when kids are around,
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, new senators sworn in. Breaking of centuries-long tradition, a major milestone in the local vaccination campaign, and a suspect in that multi-million-dollar drug hauls arraigned. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Superfast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapindo. Welcome to the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. Last-minute preparations underway as legislators count down to a new session of Parliament following a general election that saw the then opposition overthrow the government. Normally attracting large crowds and a significant television and online audience, Wednesday's opening of Parliament will adopt a new venue, due in part to COVID. You can say that as long as one can remember, the opening of Parliament has always taken place in Rawson and Parliament Squares here in the capital. Fact is, in 1729, when Parliament started, members actually met at the house of Samuel Lawford, subsequently moving from one house to the next until about 1815, when the present structure was built, according to Chief Clerk of Parliament David Forbes. Centuries later, the October 6 opening of Parliament will again assume a different location at the Baha Mar Convention Center, Cable Beach. A release from the Office of the Prime Minister cites various reasons for the shift, among them the threat of adverse weather, the active demolition of the Churchill building, and seating limitations in Parliament Square due to social distancing protocols.
If we set every member of the House of Assembly 6 feet apart, 30 members will not be able to hold in the House of Assembly. It will also exclude all spouses of the members. It will also exclude the press, and none of these things are acceptable. Every member of Parliament has a right to be sworn in on the date of the first meeting of the Parliament after the election. We always extended the courtesy that members can bring their spouses, and usually they bring one or two other guests. In addition to that, how can you have an opening of Parliament if you don't let the Florida State in the press?
As Forbes explains, while Parliament can have an opening as many times as it cares to, the UK House of Commons has one at least annually. We've seen locally where a session can run the entire 5 years. Wednesday's opening of Parliament follows the Progressive Liberal Party's September 16th general election win of 32 of the 39 seats in the House of Assembly. It brings together members of the three branches of government, a key feature of it, the speech from the throne, read by the Governor General. That speech outlining the government's policies and objectives for the new session. It also highlights laws the government hopes to pass. Staged in full pomp and pageantry, many officials and dignitaries are expected to attend, a reflection of the Westminster system as adopted by British Commonwealth countries. Among the invited guests, Turks and Caicos Speaker Gordon Burton.
The guest list is controlled by the cabinet. So they'll be the ones who will say how many people will be there. But I know that when as large as the Baha Mar Convention Center is, when you're dealing with social distancing, if you're going to do that properly, you're not going to get more than 1,000 people in there.
In the meantime, Forbes and his team have been busy preparing for weeks.
We started immediately after the House was dissolved. We started starting our initial preparation for the opening of the Parliament. You're dealing with the opening of Parliament, you're talking about parliamentary protocol, which is very different from the protocol of the courts or the protocol of the executive branch, which is controlled by the Department of Protocol. But the parliamentary protocol, there are certain things that has to take place, and the House of Assembly would be the Parliament would be the only institution that really knows that.
For the ZNS News Network, I'm Akush Lapinder. Well, meantime, 12 senators received their instruments of appointment today during a brief ceremony at the Office of the Governor General. Senators Lachelle Adderley, Barry Griffin, Tyrell Young, Randy Roll, Ronald Duncombe, Quinton Lightbourne, Darren Pickstock, Dr. Eurecia Hepburn, Darren Henfield, Reuben Ramming, Maxine Seymour, and Vienna Gardner make up the upper chamber. The new senators spoke with us about the honor and their goals for their tenure.
Definitely policy decisions that need to be looked upon and to ensure that generational wealth and ensure that the disproportion of wealth is probably assimilated throughout the country. I think a lot of young Bahamians, for most part, feel disenfranchised, and I think myself serving in the Senate will be able to bridge that gap, to put incentives and put policies in place to bridge that gap so that we can move forward as a country.
We need to find a way to connect our voters back to our election cycle and the system, because we found out during this last election that a lot of the voters and the citizens of the Bahamas is really disconnected and disgruntled with the whole voting system, with governance in particular in the Bahamas. So we're looking at ways that we could first of all change that going forward.
So I see my role as very critical and important in reviewing legislation and debating legislation so that we serve the best interests of the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So I'm truly honored.
I see this as a defining moment where we can all make a significant difference with respect to nation building.
We will not oppose just for being opposition, but when we oppose, we will do so with observations that can help the government. We all want the government to do well. You know, if this government does well, Bahamians do.
The Davis administration to account, not only for their social contract they made with the Bahamian people, but also tenets of good governance, responsible governance, to ensure that they do in fact account to the Bahamian people.
Well, meantime, Sunday found Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis renewing his vow to govern for all Bahamians as he led party supporters in a service of thanksgiving following the PLP's landslide victory at the polls. As Keishla Adderley tells us, he also used the opportunity to reach out to his opponents.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is about our future. It is a new day. To God be all the glory, honor, and praise.
Slogans the Prime Minister has merged now that the political wrangling has quieted. Giving thanks to God and country for victory at the polls, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Brave Davis told Progressive Liberal Party supporters that the victory they delivered belongs to all.
All those in the PLP, candidates and campaigners who worked so hard these last few weeks and through our years in opposition. While we are delighted by the overwhelming win and the overwhelming support for the PLP, I urge all of you to keep in view that this win was not ours. This was a win for the Bahamian people. We cannot and will not squander that goodwill.
2.5 weeks into governance, the Prime Minister promised to help the hurting and eliminate the inequitable distribution of provisions. And though no coalition emerged following the general elections, Prime Minister Davis said it was in everyone's best interest for political leaders to consolidate their mission.
If each of us acknowledges that we cannot take our Bahamas to where we need to go as a nation, as individuals, we would humble ourselves to cooperate. In that spirit, I extend a hand of friendship to the leaders of all parties and their members and ask all of them to join us in tackling the challenges we face as a nation.
Father James Moultrie delivered the sermon, urging members of Parliament to remain connected to their constituents, cabinet ministers to execute the duties of their portfolios with expertise, and the Prime Minister to maintain his humility.
Be the leader you promised, and the leader I know you to be, a servant leader, full of love and compassion for all people. Now that's the leader I know in Philip Brave Davis. I know his heart, and it is full of love for for even his enemies.
Looking to the task ahead, the Prime Minister said this of the week ahead.
All members of Cabinet will be at their desks or wherever their portfolios take them. We have already begun tackling the challenges our country faces.
Well, again, that's our Keishla Adderley there reporting. Former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Perry Christie, meantime, adding his voice to the pro-vaccination campaign. He used yesterday's PLP Victory Church service as a forum to encourage everyone to get the shot and to spread the word.
Listen, every PLP in this country and everyone supporting the PLP will join Brave Davis and Michael Darble, the Minister of Health, as an army of people out there advocating that every possible person who we meet, if they're not vaccinated, they become vaccinated, and in that way, we will move the country forward.
And speaking of vaccinations, the country has reached a major milestone with 100,000 Bahamians now fully vaccinated. As of October 2nd, 104,308 Bahamians were inoculated with 2 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. More than 20,000 others received 1 dose for a total of 224,531. Well, Friday's 18 COVID-19 deaths followed up by another 2 a day later after an 80-year-old New Providence woman and an 85-year-old Cat Island man succumbed to the illness on September 16th. A total of now 557, with still 66 deaths under investigation. This while confirmed cases saw another 47 new infections, 43 from New Providence, 3 from Grand Bahama, and 1 from Inagua, making up the group 30 females and 17 males. A look at hospitalizations, and at last count, we were at 127, 111 of the COVID patients moderately ill, the other 19 in the intensive care unit. Saturday accounted for another 271 tests being administered, 14 of them repeats. Still to come, the National Security Minister gets a bird's eye view of major law enforcement facilities and a new policy instituted at the courts. Those stories and more when we return. And remember to tune in to the Morning Edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30, and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Meeting at KFC, John was appointed the Savings Ambassador. Get a mega crazy bundle with 9 pieces of freshly prepared, hot and juicy KFC chicken and mega-sized servings of creamy coleslaw and fluffy mashed potatoes smothered in home-style gravy. All for only $22. Save like an expert, only on Tuesdays and only at KFC Nassau.
There's nothing as powerful
as knowing where you belong. No more waiting. It's time to come home. Come home to friendly smiles. Come home to convenience. Come home to more interest on savings and lower fees. Come home to our bank and your bank. Come home to Bank of the Bahamas, your bank of solutions.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Aviation and Investments, the Honourable Chester Cooper, and Minister of Economic Affairs, the Honourable Michael Halkitis, toured downtown Bay Street yesterday to get a first-hand look at how businesses are faring since stores were permitted to reopen on Sundays. While also making the rounds in his new portfolio is the Minister of National Security, who this morning viewed facilities at the Royal Bahamas Police Force's East Street headquarters. Carla Palmer was there.
Having seen firsthand the facilities at police headquarters on East Hill Street, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro, prefaced his remarks.
Let me be very clear about it. I'm not a policeman, never been a policeman. I don't intend to come here and try to tell people how to do their jobs. My job is to listen to the professionals, respond to what they say are their resource needs, and then my job is, as an advocate, we have to give the best the resources that they need.
Led by the Commissioner of Police and his executives, Minister Munro toured the Police Control Real-Time Center, comprising the CCTV or webcam division and the mobile unit. He saw the Scientific Support Center, which occupies ballistics, evidence intake, firearms, chemistry, toxicology, IT unit, and administration, before heading over to the Forensic Laboratory and the Comstat Center.
I thought it was useful to come and take the tour because I've been briefed about conditions. I've been briefed about asset acquisitions that are suggested would improve the ability of the Royal Bahamas Police Force to do its job. And so in the real-time crime centers, as we would have all seen, we have to make a case for the improvement of software to include artificial intelligence that improves the ability of the police to manage. And a presentation was made to me on that. And so seeing it in action was useful. A presentation was made to me of outsourcing the forensic services to have one unified forensic facility, including pathology. And so it was useful to see that.
It was also hard to not notice in some areas the dilapidated facilities officers were working under.
A lot of the work that has been done was done by officers, which one could take it that if it was done by a private contractor, it would cost more. There are resource issues all around, and so we all would have experienced the air condition issues. There are humidity issues. Yes, we all saw there's mold in some areas.
Minister Munro noted improving these physical work environments require resources, of which he will advocate. Carla Palmer, ZNS Network News.
The National Security Minister also toured the Royal Bahamas Defence Force Coral Harbour Base right after visiting the police headquarters Monday, with the hope of getting a better understanding of the needs of that agency and ensuring it has access to them. He says the visit was enlightening and helped to identify several areas where resources are necessary. After visiting Inagua, where illegal Haitian migrants are being kept following a recent influx, he says the agency is a top priority.
I've been briefed on some work about the construction of, I think it's a new medium security facility. I've been quite open to say that I was a member of the Parole and Reentry Committee that reported in 2017, whose report was put on a shelf and not worked on. The report spoke to one of the main objectives being to reduce the volume of imprisonment that the Bahamas undertakes. We imprison people, I think, at 10 times the rate of all of our neighbors, and that would affect the need for prison facilities.
Minister Munro maintains it is vital the Defense Force has the resources it needs if the Bahamas is to successfully guard its borders and marine resources.
So to my view, it should be a dual approach. One, addressing who you send to prison, why you send them to prison, the length of time you send them to prison, and improving the facilities that are there and the rehabilitative services that are there, the correctional services that are there, because they will come out of prison. And you better be concerned about what their mindsets are, what their abilities are when they are released, as they're bound to be released.
In related news, Defense Force Commodore Dr. Raymond King says the repatriation of hundreds of illegal Haitian nationals discovered at sea in recent days was set to resume today. More than 900 Haitian nationals have been discovered in Bahamian waters in the last few weeks in a mass exodus from Haiti. The Bahamas began repatriation efforts from Inagua on Friday, with 516 illegal immigrants returning home.
Those persons are still being cared for, and I think it's some 429 persons as we speak. They're still being detained, cared for, and they had anticipated the magistrate being flown into Inagua this morning and the repatriation possibly to begin as early as today. But I haven't been updated since this morning.
Now, while the Defense Force intends to rotate its vessels and crews to prevent crew burnout, the Commodore makes it clear that the agency continues to vigilantly guard the country's territorial waters in the event the influx continues.
We maintain our presence as we speak. We have an aircraft that will be deployed to work along with the Obat Hilo and the United States Coast Guard. And we have use of regional relationships in terms of intelligence that we receive from the Cuban Border Patrol, from the Turks and Caicos, as well as the United States Obat operations. We have our intelligence sources. We are monitoring the movement, and we have our vessels strategically positioned. We maintain a laid strategic approach. In addition to the blockade that is off the southern Bahamas, we also maintain a blockade here in the central Bahamas. In the event of the southern borders breached, it'll be extremely difficult for any vessel to reach New Providence.
Police need your help finding 26-year-old Gary Elson Michael Frith. Police want to question him for armed robbery. The number 108 Gladstone Terrace resident is said to have dark brown complexion, a slim build, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. He also weighs 195 pounds, has dark brown eyes, and wears plaited hair. If you have any information on Frith's whereabouts, you can call the Central Investigation Department at 350-3109 or 350-3106, your nearest police station, 919, or download the P3 Tips app. Now to news from the courts this evening. 55-year-old Theodore Ferguson faced a magistrate today in connection with that multi-million-dollar drug bust last week involving some 100 bags of suspected marijuana. Ferguson was charged with conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply and possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. The charges stem from the discovery of the illegal drugs on an omnibus that was intercepted by Drug Enforcement Unit officers. This after they received a tip around 3:30 Thursday morning that the illegal contraband was being transported through the streets here in New Providence. DEU officers then pursued the bus into Boatswain Hill off Kamaica Road, with the bus eventually ending up on the side of the road after the 3 suspects managed to escape. After searching the vehicle, officers found a large quantity of dangerous drugs weighing in at 3,053 pounds. That's an estimated street value of $3,053,000. Ferguson, meantime, his case has been adjourned. Well, there's a new policy in place at the courts. Police have announced that they say are new safety protocols that will put an end to suspects being paraded before the public before being charged. The policy change, getting the support of the Minister of National Security, was spoken out against it in the past.
The Magistrates Court building was designed with a cell block that you drove the prisoners into, there are corridors behind the court so that prisoners are not exposed to views. It has always been my view that it is not right and proper to display people. And a little story I give people is that helps me when I was defense counsel defend against an identification, because I was able to say, of course, they can pick him out. He was on TV when he went to court. He was in the newspaper when he went to court.
Minister Wayne Munro says he hopes suspects will no longer be shackled when they're being escorted to court. And based on his understanding of the law, restraint should only be used to the extent it is needed.
If you have a white-collar criminal who isn't likely to escape, there's no need to shackle or sometimes even handcuff them. Again, the little story, or I hope she doesn't take offense, the joke I tell is Car Wash, who I did a Court of Appeal matter for. There was absolutely no danger that she could run away from the police, and if she did, clearly she couldn't get very far before they could retake her. But she was handcuffed, and that may have been unnecessary. If that has stopped, I'm very happy to see that the police anticipate what would be some of my concerns.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
Tourism today, Bahamas Tourism today.
Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, made his first official visit to Grand Bahama, reassuring Grand Bahamians that they are a top priority for the tourism industry.
It's always good to be in Grand Bahama, even though these aren't the best of circumstances on the island. And we recognize that we have our work cut out for us. We had a good briefing today from Lucayan Renewal Holdings Limited, the board responsible for this property and for the ongoing negotiations as it relates to its pending sale. I'm happy that we have been briefed as to what might be the next course of action over the next several weeks. We will be discussing along with our colleagues at Cabinet next week, and we'll be making a further statement as to what might be the immediate course of action.
Deputy Prime Minister Cooper acknowledged that there was a need for an overall improvement to the Grand Bahama tourism product.
As Deputy Prime Minister, this is my first official visit outside of the Providence. I wanted to do that to demonstrate to the people of Grand Bahama the significance of Grand Bahama to the overall economy of the Bahamas and the overall tourism product. We are very minded to say that this property is critical not just for the development of tourism, but also in support of the other industries here in Grand Bahama that we hope that we will be able to nurture moving forward.
The delegation also toured Lighthouse Point, the Ministry of Tourism's office, and the Grand Bahama International Airport, making the steps toward new opportunities for Grand Bahama. I am Danielle Bodie, and this is Tourism Today.
As a professional graphic artist, I work from anywhere in the world. When I travel, I try to keep up with my paperwork and bills as much as possible, utilizing NIB's ESS, or Employee Self-Service Portal, to submit my monthly payments and to upload my contribution statement makes life easier. The portal is pretty easy to use too. I consider it to be user-friendly. It asks all the necessary questions to guide me through uploading my contribution statement, and I like that it calculates my payments. The NIB representative who showed me how to use the portal, she was patient, friendly, and knowledgeable. I used to fill out my contribution statement manually and visit an NIB office every month to make payments. But now the ESS portal allows for the entire process to be completed online in a time-efficient manner. Like, yay, thank you, that's done. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
Hurricane season is upon us. Be prepared. BAF General can cover your home and belongings with an affordable and comprehensive hurricane plan. Remember, your home may be the largest investment ever. Keep it covered with BAF General Insurance this hurricane season.
BAF, that's BAF for life. When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Well, this next story literally affected not only you, but all of us, as for quite some time today, panic set in for many cell phone users. Failed attempts to connect to others through the popular messaging app WhatsApp led many to make the stunning discovery that the app, along with social media platforms Facebook and Instagram, were indeed down. Not only here in the Bahamas, but around the world. Statements from the companies all admitting to such, going further to apologize for the inconveniences caused, while adding that the experts were working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible. The hours offline left users unable to post content or send messages. News of the crash also soaring to the first place on the list of trending Twitter topics. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are all owned by the same conglomerate. The Bahamas Press Club mourning the death of one of its founding members and treasurer, veteran professional photographer Vincent Vaughn, who passed away on Saturday, October 2nd in Dublin, Georgia, in the United States. He was 74 years old. Bahamas Press Club President Anthony Capron indicating in a statement that Vaughn was a dear friend and colleague who served with distinction as treasurer and will be sadly missed. Vaughn's work was published in a number of local dailies and in international publications. Over the years, he recorded thousands of weddings, portraits, and memorabilia for Bahamians, residents, and visitors. He also covered many assignments for the United States Embassy here in New Providence.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771. How the smartest shoppers are shopping in Nassau. Variety disposable products versus the other guys. $120.40 versus $150. Variety disposable products, 25% savings. Bingo, save $3. Padilla, save $2. Bounty hand towel, $1. And that's how the smartest shoppers saved over $30 on this cart at Variety Disposable.
I am so proud that RBC is continuing RBC Race for the Kids in its global and virtual format on October 16th and 17th. I will be supporting the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. To lend your support, register for free at rbcraceforthekids.com.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
I just reached. I asked them now because they close in like 5 minutes. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. Hi. I heard y'all added more things to pay, like government fees or something?
Yes, sir. We're now accepting payments for Department of Immigration, Department of Labor, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Okay, good. I come to pay a police record and a labor certificate.
Okay, no problem. What's the name?
Uncle Boogaloo.
What's the first name?
Uncle.
And the last?
Boogaloo. He in the system.
Are you paying by cash, sir?
Coins.
Pardon?
Oh, and you could put a couple of them coins on my BPL bill. They just cut me off last night. I don't know what happened. No. Hey, Uncle, you straight. Okay. Yeah, don't forget my horse fish now.
Pay your government fees today at Cash and Go.
Self-isolation means taking simple steps to avoid close contact with other people as much as possible, as you would with the seasonal flu. If you've been in close contact with somebody confirmed with COVID-19 or suspect that you have it, self-isolate for 14 days. You can self-isolate by staying indoors and away from family for 14 days. Choose a well-ventilated room with a closed door. Household members should stay in a different room, or if that is not possible, maintain a distance of at least 3 feet. Use a sealed waste basket and double bag your waste before disposal. Limit movement in your house. Stay in your assigned space away from the rest of the household. The caretaker will bring food and anything else you need. Use separate cookery and cutlery. Use a separate bathroom and clean it regularly. Use separate towels, separate cleaning linens, and clothing. If you are in need of care by household members, limit the number of caregivers. Assign one person who is in good health and has minimum risk conditions. Most importantly, remember, do not invite others over. Should you or anyone you know feel that you've been exposed to the coronavirus, contact the COVID-19 hotline at the Ministry of Health immediately. To reach us, call 376-9350, 376-9387, 300-2619, or our 24-hour hotline at 502-7382. For more information, visit covid19.gov.bs.
This public service announcement was brought to you by the Ministry of Health and this television station.
Family Islands down south noticing some stabilization to their local economies. Islands like Long Island in particular seeing a slight restoration in commerce due in part to the ongoing home porting exercise.
This rebound as Crystal Cruises is set to make its 14th voyage to the island after first visiting back in July. Long Island Administrator Desiree Ferguson gives us an update on how things are going.
So far, it's still going strong. We have more than half of the visitors come off online, and it's going very well. I have no complaints from the vendors. They are making their share of the economic pie.
Ferguson adding that her office has seen an increase in the number of people interested in business license applications with the arrival of more and more tourists.
Now, because it's more opportunity, they are now signing up out here and calling. They want to know how to get on the portal, how to get their business started. And they're now jumping on the bandwagon and trying to get their little business together. They get into more water sport and craft work.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Thank you, Makishla. Outside of our studios, we are under mostly cloudy skies, temperature at 84 degrees, relative humidity at 65%. We have east-northeast winds at 12 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,013.3 millibars, that's 29.92 inches. The pressure is steady. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 83 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Tulkey at 83, Marsh Harbor, Abaco 84 degrees, the Berry Islands 83, Allenstown, Bimini 85, 83 in Harbor Island, Rock, Sandy, Lutra, and Allenstown, Cat Island, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space on Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros have a temperature of 84 degrees. 83s in San Salvador and Rim Key, Georgetown, Exuma 82, 83s in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana 84, Acklands 84, Matthew Town, Managua 85, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 87 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the northwestern islands tonight through Tuesday, you can anticipate an easterly flow at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Low tide takes place at 1:21 in the morning with a high tide at 7:26 tomorrow morning. In the central Bahamas through Tuesday, east to southeast winds, speeds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet with caution flags in place. And for the southeast Bahamas, stronger winds still at 15 to 20 knots out of the southeast, wave heights sharply at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. And we also have a caution flag for the southeast Bahamas through Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, midweek in the northwestern islands, the winds become southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide on Wednesday takes place at 8:11 in the morning, the low tide at 2:30 in the afternoon. For the central islands on Wednesday, southeasterly winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. And for the southeast, 15 to 20 knots also out of the southeast. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
If you see me on the dance floor, man, and kind of wild, hey, stalling, moving, raking, scraping, man, to this beat. Well, sliding, slipping, dipping, dancing all across the floor. Whining, bumping, ducking, Lord, and holding my head. Well, listen.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast still ahead.
Music so sweet, it'll knock you.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
The past is what drives us, but it is no more. In it, we learn valuable lessons about where we came from. The future is what we aspire to, but it is yet to be written. Thinking about it allows us to plan for a better tomorrow. The present is the only thing we possess right now. It is the moment when we rise to the occasion. so that we stand in the beauty and wonder of who we are, where our strength really matters, because our resilience speaks for itself. We plan for where we are today, a strong company, a powerful network, built by the people, for the people, because we believed in best, because we lived for the moments, and we delivered. You know what we were, and now you get to see who we are. We are alive.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Relay, each team member must do his or her part in the race. If one member drops the baton, it impacts all of us. Across all ages, genders, abilities, nationalities, cultures, or religion, we are all on the same team. And we all have a role to play in getting to the finish line to win the race against COVID-19. Don't drop the baton on safety. Wear your mask over your mouth and nose. Keep at least 3 feet distance from others. Do not touch your face. And wash or sanitize your hands often. Together, we will win.
At BPL, we are champions of safety. There is nothing more important to us than the safety of our employees, our customers, and our communities throughout the Bahamas. Working safely begins with open communication. It's key to operating safely. Before we approach any project, we perform pre-job briefings to discuss any hazards, concerns, or dangers that could occur in the execution of our duties. Working safely, for me, means that my crews are issued with work permits before performing any task. We isolate our system and lock out, tag out. This signals to our crew that they are now safe to begin making any repair.
Rainbow evaporated milk, large, 2 for 99 cents. Super Beet sardines, 3.7 ounce, 79 cents. Super Value purified water, 1 gallon, $1.39. Sweet Gala apples, 3 for 89 cents. Ground turkey, 99 cents per pound. These specials fit perfectly in a handy tote bags, 2 for only $3 at Super Value and quality supermarkets. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's Super Value and quality supermarkets.
Colon cancer is the 3rd most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low fiber, high fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Today celebrated as Golf Lovers Day, and according to nationalcalendar.com, the observance provides golf enthusiasts the opportunity to swing down the fairway at least one more time during the season. Veteran golfer Ambrose Guthrow, who's held top executive positions in the Bahamas Golf Federation and the Caribbean Golf Association, says he's optimistic the sport of golfing is improving in the Bahamas, but there are some concerns.
But it has been very difficult, especially in some of the islands, in particular Grand Bahama Island, where at one time we had 7 golf courses and 7 18-hole golf courses and a 9-hole golf course. And now we're down to 1 full-time 18-hole golf course. Makes it very difficult to create programs and facilities and opportunities for golfers here on Grand Bahama Island. In the rest of the islands, it is also somewhat difficult due to the fact that most of the properties, in fact, all of the properties, are either resort or privately owned. And many Bahamians or residents are not able to access them.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
What if you looked in the mirror and saw something different? A small difference, a big difference. What if that difference changed your life forever? What if it caused you to question your beauty? Your body may change, a small change, a big change. But your life is defined by your interior, not your exterior. I felt, I called, I tested, I acted. I won. I am the cure. A living story of survival. Be the cure. Live the life you love and love the life you live. At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, your life matters.
Financial resilience is the ability to withstand and recover from temporary financial hardship and disruptions.
Hi, I'm Ed Fields.
My name is Hope Strowman.
I'm Franklin Butler. My name is Patrick Ward.
I am Roselle Boxey.
This is Kwesi Thompson. Let's talk financial resilience for a few minutes.
To learn more, visit the Securities Commission of the Bahamas website at scb.gov.bs.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
No debate. Best rate, no debate.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no debate. Best rate, no debate.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Did you know that there are over 30,000 Bahamians with diabetes and another 23,000 with prediabetes? Each year, this number is expected to increase. Many people who have diabetes are unaware. If you are having blurry vision, feeling thirsty, urinating frequently, or are unusually tired or losing weight despite a healthy diet, you may have diabetes. If you have a parent or sibling that has diabetes, you are also at an increased risk of developing diabetes. If you have noticed any of these symptoms, it is important to see your doctor, who will perform the necessary tests to confirm the diagnosis. Together, we can beat diabetes.
Do you know that adherence is more than taking medications? It calls to you to stick to the medical regimen as prescribed by your healthcare provider. If you have been asked to have your labs drawn to assess your kidney and liver function, please keep your lab appointments, as these determine the effects medications are having on your body. Follow-up doctor's appointments are necessary, as this is the time when the doctor performs a physical examination and discusses any test results and any concerns or issues you may have with your course of treatment. Specialized services such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy are necessary, as they help to restore you back to normal health. Sticking to prescribed diet and exercise regimens can improve medication effectiveness and contributes to overall health and well-being. Make a commitment today to be adherent to your medication regimen and practice healthy living.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas AIDS Foundation with funding provided by PEPFAR, USAID Local Capacity Initiative Small Grant.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we're stationed in the tropics, and we continue to monitor Sam. Sam is now about 520 miles to the east of Newfoundland, and it's racing towards the northeast at around 36 miles per hour. Maximum sustained was down to 90 miles per hour. Some moderate swells can still impact some of the more easterly islands of the Bahamas over the next day and a half. And elsewhere in the tropics, we're keeping our eyes on this area just near the Bahamas. Has a low chance of developing, but over the long term, heading into the weekend, something could happen in this area. So we'll keep our eyes on there and ask you to continue to monitor. And the satellite pictures are showing that troughing across the southeast Bahamas, which continues to fire up showers and thunderstorms, particularly around Mayaguana and Inagua, some of it also into the Crooked Island and Acklins area as well. Another upper-level troughing over the northwest Bahamas that too could support one or two isolated showers and thunderstorms in the northwest Bahamas tonight and tomorrow. Partly cloudy tonight, 75 degrees for the low temperature. Tomorrow, we're looking at partly sunny with spotty afternoon thunderstorms. 87 degrees will be a high temperature, and extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. We're looking at upper 80s during the daytime, but those showers are going to be in the forecast, increasing in probability as we head into the middle of the week. And then come Friday, things look a little bit better, but come Saturday late, heading into Sunday, that tropical system could start to develop into something, and that will elevate our rain chance again as of Sunday, heading into next week. Makeshla.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team here, thanks for watching, and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
It's been a 2-year journey since we ratified Power to Prosper, the BPL Strategic Plan 2020.